Hello everyone, Jolene here from Chill Lifestyle. So I don't know what I'm supposed to talk to you about today, but Spirit wants me to come and talk to you about something because I just have that feeling that there needs to be something said. So this is one of the decks that Spirit asked me to work with, which is the Light Workers card. And the bottom of the deck, we've got Breaking the Chains, Ancestral Patterns, Healing and Rewriting the Future. So I think I've done one of these before. In fact, I'm pretty sure this has come up in a reading. Anyway, let's see. Trusting the niggle. What is the niggle trying to tell you? So, what I'm getting here is that someone on my channel is needing some guidance. Okay, they are perhaps needing to work on some kind of ancestral patterns. So, this is working on who you are without who your parents told you are, if that makes any sense. So we grew up, especially if you anything from your 40s up, you probably grew up in a household where, things were really strict. There was a certain way we had to be. And so as parents, us as parents, probably followed a lot. And that's what you call ancestral patterns, because your parents were taught how to be raised in a certain way, and then they taught you how to be raised, and that came from their parents. And these ancestral patterns have caused, so, like, for example, so when I was young, the words for boys, for example, was cowboys don't cry, which is a terrible thing for us to have taught our parents. Or if you don't do this, there's a consequence, which is great because kids need to be taught boundaries, but it's not great when the consequences are of that of threatening. So made a child feel like they weren't worthy, made a child feel like they weren't good enough unless they jumped or hopped to their parents' trot. Okay. All of this is ancestral patterns, and it goes down to, we deal with major amount of words. People always say, oh, well, I was spanked, therefore I was not ever affected. Well, I think if you have to be honest with yourself, you probably were affected, you just didn't realize it. You were affected in the way that you started to fear having your say, because talking and being honest about your feelings, crying was something you weren't allowed to do. It was looked down upon. It's quite sad that women are allowed to cry, but men are not. And so even there, I find a lot of men battle with their emotions, or battle how to express themselves, because the fear is that if you cry, you're weak. And that is an ancestral pattern that you have to rewire. Another ancestral pattern is having a lot of fear because your root chakra is out of alignment. And that fear was, I need to abide, I need to obey, I need to act in a certain way. And sometimes that certain way is not who you are, but you've gone against who you are. And then you find yourself, telling your kids, this is the way you need to be, and you have to get so many A's, and you have to be rich, and you have to be perfect, and if you don't do it well, don't do it at all. All those little words are put into the kids' ears, and it just always makes us feel insecure. As adults, you never feel like you're good enough. You never feel like you've achieved enough. You never feel like, well, I'm only good enough if I have all my ducks in a row, or I'm only good enough if I hit a certain target in life, if I earn a certain amount of money. Other than that, or if I act a certain way, or even religion. Religion's a huge one. This is why I'm so anti-religion. It's because it's just a dogmatic way of forcing people to do what you want them to do. And as far as I'm concerned, my personal opinion is that it's through a whole lot of ancestral patterns that brought you there. When anyone really goes deep into, the readings and teachings, they probably find that a lot of the truths are not so true, and that there's still a lot more that as human beings we still need to read. And I'm not here to, change anyone's mind on their religion or their belief systems, but I am here to say you should always research it for yourself and find out, where did this actually stem from? How true is it? Because knowledge is power. And if you want to rewrite your future, make sure that your children are brought up differently if you want them to have a different future, or if you did not enjoy the way your parents made you feel. Okay, so we've got to get grounded. Okay, so let's step into it. 5 minutes in and I haven't even got, but I just kind of feel like that's what they want me to talk about is, if you want your future to be different, you cannot do what you did yesterday. You need to do something different. You need to act differently. You need to step into something new. So a lot of you, we've got deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. Okay. So right now, you may be going through this massive amount of healing after a lot of stuff that has gone on. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So this is why this knowledge in the Starseed deck is here today, because I kind of feel like a lot of you feel quite lost. Like you have an urge to do something in your life, in your path, and every day you are working. So just say, for example, you're an accountant, and this is what you do every day, but you don't feel fulfilled. At the end of the day, by the time you get home, even though, you know, you've earned a good paycheck, you've studied really hard, you put your whole life purpose into this, you don't feel like you've accomplished anything, okay? And the reason being is because, again, your ancestral patterns told you, well, you need to go out and become an accountant, and we don't really care about what you're actually passionate about. And this is the problem. You've lost passion in your life. You're doing what you were told to do. You're being a good citizen. You're being a good human. But you're not actually, you just feel like you're not doing what you actually wanted to do. So I kind of feel like this is an ancestral pattern. You're awakening. A lot of you are going through, this is why you might feel quite exhausted at the moment, quite like it's the beginning of the year and you're already feeling quite drained, but it's because you're going through an awakening. Things in your life are vibrating at a different level. You're a pillar of light for other people, and in order to help other people, you need to awaken to your spiritual gifts. Okay, you're trying to find a new way of being, a new you. It's like the new Akashic records are being written by you. So we've got the initiation, the rites of passage, crossing the threshold. So this is really about so people who decide before you come to this earth that you are going to go through the spiritual awakening. Spiritual awakenings are tough. I am hopefully near the end of mine. I'm about to cross over the threshold, but I've had to do some real deep-seated wounding healing. You know, you have to learn to let go of things like money. You have to let go of things like friends, family members, loved ones, in order to find the true happiness in life. And when you realize that money isn't going to ever make you happy, when you realize that happiness is literally going for a walk on a beautiful day, feeling safe, feeling abundant, watching the birds, listening to the crickets, you know, those real woo-woo, you know, kind of days, that's what true happiness should be. If you need money or cars or houses or things to make you happy, you're never going to be happy because you're always chasing. You're like constantly chasing. You never ever just settled enough to go, wow, actually, I have enough. You know, if you've got a roof over your head and food in your stomachs, again, you don't realize how wealthy you are, even if that food isn't the most, you know, it isn't caviar, you know, instead you've got baked beans on toast. You've got a meal. There's a lot of people out there who work a full day. People always have this thing, oh, well, you know, I work really hard, so therefore I deserve. Well, really, there's a lot of people out there who work hard. Some people are your gardeners or your, you know, house cleaners. They work hard too, and they still go home and sometimes can only afford curried beans or something that's all they can afford to put on the table. And that for them is gratitude. So the rites of passage is really about sometimes losing things in your life in order to cross over. But it takes you from a dark place in your heart, true darkness, true unhappiness, true sadness, and it can take you somewhere really light. You have a double mission here on earth, and that is that of channeling and uplifting humanity. So I kind of feel like whatever you're going through right now, it's preparing you to help other people through this awakening, because so many people need to be awakened. This earth is changing. And this is why if people don't wake up now, they're going to be stuck in this darkness, because the world is getting rid of things. People are losing jobs, people housing, because the bond and the interest rates are just going higher and higher. So people can be losing their housing, their cars, their jobs, and it's very scary when the world's going through this. We're on the verge of possibly war. Not saying that there is going to be war, but there's possibly world wars coming, possible, and food shortages and all kinds of destroying things. But what Spirit will remind you is that people have survived through these times before. Okay, it does mean you can't go and get takeaway, or you can't maybe go sit at restaurants, but it teaches you, even during COVID, it taught us that, the most important thing to have around you is family, is to have people that you can sit with every day and have a warm meal together. Go out and grow as many vegetables as possible. Make sure you always got tins and canning, in case things go bad. You will survive this. It's the earth rebirthing, getting rid of the cabal who've been, ruling the earth for such a long period of time. We've got Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light and laying foundation for the divine plan. And that's exactly it. The divine plan is being laid. It is way beyond our own capacity to even understand what's going on. Okay. So a lot of you may need to spend a little bit of time in hermit mode, just going through stuff in life. Once you've gone through quite a lot of replenishment, I kind of see there's a new beginning that's starting out for you. This could be money, it could be contracts, promising inflow of abundance, important documents. And then this is after some kind of terrible ending in your life, things that have just come to an end, a situation that just really wasn't good for you, and it's changed. This is going to bring you into a happier change, a happier life. This is also, again, releasing what no longer serves you in order to go forward. You kind of needing to be perhaps making a decision, but you need to speak your mind with confidence. You might have to seek out professional help, especially if you got a lot of childhood wounding. You might have to go and seek out help if you cannot do it. Find a life coach, I'm a life coach, just if any of you need one. Find someone who's impartial, who's quite diplomatic, that can possibly help you. If not, there's tons and tons of videos on YouTube that can definitely help you. It's time to bring more balance into your life, more patience, more moderation. You'll see that the perfect timing will be there, and things in your life will work out. Okay. Unfortunately, there's people in your life that you have to deal with, and these are people who are for their own good. A lot of fighting, a lot of unwise choices, realizing people's motives, realizing who was good for you and who was not. And that's just part of the growth, okay? Choosing the wrong people will give you the wrong results at the end of the day, okay? For a lot of you, you've been unwilling to make a decision. There's been a bit of a stalemate, and you're kind of pretending like there's no problem. Like, oh no, I'm fine, I'm happy. Well, Spirit is saying, but are you? Are you truly happy? If you're listening to this video right now, ask yourself, are you actually happy? Do you enjoy your life? Do you feel fulfilled at the end of the day? Because if you're not, you need to stop pretending, okay? Pretending that there's no problems in your relationships, there's no problems in your life, in your business, in your heart. It's because something has to end. And if you carry on pretending, you will live out every day like it's Groundhog Day. That's how you're literally living Groundhog Day. Same stuff every day, no changes. I go to work, I come home, I eat my dinner, I go to bed, I get up the next day. You don't like it? What are you going to do about it? Make a decision to change. Just change. It literally is that simple. I know it doesn't sound that simple, but it really and truly is. You're going to see the truth, okay? Spirit is trying to bring you the truth, but you've got to listen. You're going to see the truth. You're going to see the truth about narcissistic people who really couldn't actually care about you, people who were there for their own gain, my way or the highway kind of people. You don't do it my way. People who threaten you, people who use you, people who make you feel like it's just, you're not worth their time and effort. You're going to see the truth, and I kind of feel like that's what's going to push you. There's a lot of air energy here, a lot of overthinking, fear, overthinking, diplomatic way of thinking. And I kind of feel like what I don't see anything here is working with the heart. The heart chakra is what manifests, not the head. The head just creates more problems sometimes. Sometimes you need the head. You clearly are ruled too much by the head here and not enough by the heart, okay? Spirit is warning you, if you don't wake up, you're going to miss out on an opportunity. Okay, there's a possibility of something in front of you. So the something is possibly a new relationship, a new job, a situation that you want. It's in your mind already. This is something you think about, and you think about this a lot. You contemplate a lot about something that you're wanting, but you're too scared to go after it. And Spirit's saying, if you don't go after it, you're going to miss out. You're going to wake up one day and it's going to be gone. For some of you, it is a love situation. This is a soulmate. For others, it's just a matter of friendships and relationships that do grow closer together. There is a need for you to forgive someone. It's someone that you may be having a bit of conflict with, okay? So that doesn't have to be soulmates. So soulmates can be dogs, they can be best friends, they can be business partners, okay? But if you're looking for love, you may be missing out on a soulmate opportunity if you don't take action, okay? Because I kind of feel like you're refusing to take action, and then spirit guides will take the situation for you, and then next minute you will see an opportunity that you could have had, and spirit's going, well, you waited too long. Learning how to be independent, so having some really good quality time alone, and also learning your worth, learning who you are, and not who you are to what your parents made you feel like you are. Who are you? I need you to sit down and write down a whole list of all your good qualities. And if you don't know your good qualities, go and ask a friend. Go and ask someone who you trust, someone who is impartial, someone who you know is going to give you the truth. Ask them, what are my good qualities? And I want you to write them down. Your looks, your personality, your work, whatever about you is a good quality, write those down, and then you'll start to realize, hang on, wait a minute, I actually deserve a lot better than what I've been given. Again, I kind of feel like you've been bullied into a situation, to stay in a situation because of someone who really and truly is more interested in themselves. I kind of feel like you have a lot of focus, a lot of communication, a lot of vision at the moment. You want to go after something. You have this ambition inside of you that's eating at you. It wants you to go forward, but something is definitely stopping you. Okay? You see, the Knight of Earth is exactly that. The Knight of Earth is dedicated, he's honorable, he's kind, he's loyal, and that might be who you are. Spirit's telling you that your good qualities, you're a very loyal person. That's fantastic. You know how many people would die to have a loyal person by their side? Okay? You got dedication, honorable and kind. I mean, again, you know how many people die to have you? You could be someone's guardian angel and not actually realize that you are someone else's guardian angel, but you're staying in with people or jobs or situations where someone is just bringing you down because they don't see that. So why give them the energy when there's someone out there who would love to have you in their lives, okay? I kind of feel like instead, you having to learn to stand up for yourself. You're having to learn that you need to clear away what no longer serves you. Stand up for yourself, okay? And go after what you want, because otherwise, again, there's something on offer, something that's very passionate, but spirit guides are saying, if you don't, you're going to wake up one day and realize that you've lost it. The opportunities is gone. It's been taken away. Someone else has taken the person. So if there's a person, you could wake up and realize that person's married someone else and you lost the opportunities. So whoever's listening to this, and that's the same as a job opportunity, a possibility of a career, always wanting to perhaps give up your full-time job. Obviously, you can do it in phases. No one says you have to give up one job and go, just go cold turkey. There's phases. You can phase yourself out of one situation and phase it into another. But you may have always wanted to help other people, channel and uplift humanity, being an oracle. But you've stayed in this job because of fear, or this relationship because of fear. Whatever it is, this is something to do with your ancestral patterns. This is something from your childhood, something your parents has made you be or made you do. And this is why you are in this situation. So if you want change, change starts with you. Okay? Hopefully this resonates with someone, and if it does, please comment, like, and subscribe. I hope you have a fantastic day, and chat to you soon.